Hello YouTube, and welcome to another video from the Pit of Doom. Tonight's video is a collection overview and retrospective concerning the Swedish death doom band Katatonia. Now, to start with, this t-shirt, Brave Yesteryears, from 2004, was a compilation of demos, rare stuff, EPs and unreleased. I believe this is a bootleg shirt. I don't know whether it actually exists, but there you go. The album in question, this is obviously official, compilation 2-disc with, as I mentioned, demos, rare, EPs and unreleased. I shall play that in the background. Bit loud, turn that down. So, as a retrospective and collection update, I'm going to run through everything the band has done that I have in my collection, at least. Prompted mainly from the news last week that Jonas and Anders, the two main guys in Katatonia, vocals and guitar, have had a bit of a falling out, a bit of a dispute, and have decided to go their own ways. So it could be all change for Katatonia. They've got a tour announced for this year, so that's going to be with Jonas at the helm, and I imagine he's just going to get a new guitarist in, so no problem there. I'm thinking that Anders will probably regroup and do material from the earliest era of Katatonia, and Jonas will continue along the more ambient death doom that Katatonia are known for these days. Anders wants to mainly focus on the early death doom material. So the blurb says on their statements, which you can find online. I won't go through that now. So let's kick it all off. First studio album of 13. So yeah, quite a few to get through. So we've got Dance of December Souls from 2007. This is actually a reissue. It's got 5 bonus tracks from the God is Dead or Yuva Elohim Meth demo, which was originally out in 1992. Then we've got Brave Murder Day, originally out in 96. This one is a reissue from 2021, which is a 2-disc, including the Sounds of Decay EP, which was out in 1997. And this would have been like the last of the sort of real sort of early death doom sound that they were first known for. Then we've got Discouraged Ones, originally out in 98. This is a 2007 reissue, album number 3. It's including 2 tracks from the Saw You Drown EP, which was originally out in 1998, and more gothy. They're more gothic approach. I think they were experimenting during this era, which wasn't to last. The last track on here, Scarlet Heavens, is very sort of Sisters of Mercy sort of type style. The album which got me into the band effectively, because prior to this album I always thought they were a black metal band, just because of the logo mainly. And back in those years, in the sort of early to mid 90s when they were first around, I truly believe they were a black metal band, and I wasn't into black metal, so it wasn't until this album, Tonight's Decision, their fourth album, released in 1999, that I decided to pay attention and get on board with their particular style of melodic death metal, death doom, that type of thing. So next up was Last Fair Deal Gone Down, album number 5 from 2001. This one's a particular favourite of mine. This one came with a EP. I don't have any of their EPs, but this one came with the Tonight's Music EP. So that's album number 5. Then we've got album number 6, Viva Emptiness, from 2003. More of the same, very much in the same vein as their mid-era death doom they were doing. I mean, obviously they were to go a little bit mellower and lose their roots sound altogether, but this one's an exceptionally good album. And we've got album number 7, which came out in 2006, The Great Cold Distance. Still got a price on that one. All these are open. I just keep the wrappers on and access them like that. Next up, we've got album number 8, Night is the New Day, from 2009. That was followed up in 2012 by Dead End Kings, album number 9. Then they did a re-recording of Dead End Kings, which was an acoustic version of the previous album, Dead End Kings, and this was called Dethroned and Uncrowned, which is just acoustic versions of Dead End Kings album. Not something I reach for very often, but it's a decent album. None of these albums are below average. Then we've got The Fall of Hearts, leaning more towards their more modern day sort of mellower sound, album number 11 from 2016, and that was followed up by City Burials, album number 12 in 2020. I don't recall this one too much. I haven't played this one too much, so it's probably not as good as the last sort of previous 3 albums. Nothing wrong with it in the slightest, just haven't played it so much. I don't know why. I'll have to put that one on and give it a spin again at some point. And then we get up to the latest, album number 13 in 2023. Quite a commercially successful album, this one, with 4 videos, and their actual debut on Napalm Records. So we're all up to date with the studio albums. Of course, being as they've been around since the early 90s, they've got like a hell of a lot of live albums, singles, compilations and EPs. I don't own any of the EPs, but I've got a fair few, which I will show you, of the compilations and live albums. First live album came out in 2007, which had a CD and DVD package, including the Summer Breeze from 2006 as its bonus. So that was out in 2007. I don't own that one. That's on the list to own. Excuse me. At some point I will get that one. So I've got the second live album, live in 2013. It's a 2 CD, 2 DVD job, where they would perform in 2 different sets. And I've got the third live album from 2015, which is DVD and documentary as well. Can barely read any of these titles. That's called Sanctitude from 2015. Then they had a fourth live album, which was vinyl only, and I don't do vinyl, so I didn't buy that one. It was also digital, that came out in 2017. Then a fifth live album during their lockdown. When the world was locked down for COVID, they released this two CD and DVD set, which is called Dead Air. That's their 5th live album from 2020. So that's all I've got for the live. I mean, bearing in mind there's 11 EPs, there's 12 singles, as well as the 13 albums that they've issued. So going on to compilations, we've got the one obviously playing in the background, which is the Brave Yesteryears, Brave Yesterdays even, which is all of the rare demos, EPs and unreleased tracks over 2 discs. Nice digipack. In 2005 there's a compilation called The Black Sessions. Now this one's a particularly comprehensive one. There's 3 discs with B-sides, covers, and a live in Krakow, Poland DVD, originally released in 2003. So that's 2 CDs and DVD from 2005, The Black Sessions. Nothing to do with an official release from Katatonia, but worth a mention anyway. A great covers album. Many black metal and death metal bands, mainly unknown, doing cover songs, called December Songs. That was out in 2006. Next compilation that I've got, I'm sure there's a couple of others that I don't own, which is I can barely read this, Nemosinian 2 CD set, an extensive collection of rarities and B-sides from the enigmatic Swedish dark rock masters, marking 30 years of the band. So that one came out in 2021. And that's everything that I own by Katatonia. Like I say, 11 EPs, a couple of live albums, a dozen or so singles on top of the 13 albums that they've done. It's all a bit much really, and a lot of those EPs and singles have been added to the several compilations and live albums that they've done anyway. So hopefully Katatonia will remain as a band and they will continue onwards. I believe that Anders will go on, he will regroup and play maybe the early Katatonia years stuff, and Jonas will continue forward with the more progressive, melodic death doom that they've been known for the past 20 odd years. So there you have it, a collection overview and retrospective, and I'll end it there. Hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching.